appear to have outgrown the House of Pain, where it's been headquartered since its inception. We've been talking to Mongers coach Robert Powell about his side's blueprint.
I have a boy here who's no more than 13, 14 years of age. He's going to play international rugby for Uganda at scrum half. He's going to be that good. He's got a wicked pass. My name is Robert Powell. I'm a 51-year-old Englishman, and I've been here just coming up to 5 years. Yeah, there's a big Kenyan guy called Ham. He kind of got me at a moment of when my guard was down and said, I said I needed to come out of retirement and come back coaching. And yeah, it's been okay. It's a few tears along the way, but I've got them playing a different kind of rugby to what they're used to, a little bit more discipline, a little bit more structure. And bear in mind, this is a young team, eh? It's a very young team. Most of these guys are students. Remember that the first organised game of rugby in Uganda was actually played in Entebbe, on what is now the cricket field at the golf club. When a team of colonials came over from Nairobi, from Harlequins I believe, and they played a team here in Uganda. So the history of rugby in Uganda actually starts in Entebbe. So there has to be a place in the Ugandan structure for Entebbe as a club, the Mongers as a team, and as a community. This should be a community club. I missed the Heathens game. I was on my way back from Tanzania. I was literally driving across between Dodoma and Kahama when the game was being played. I got the text messages, and I was really happy that the guys had got the win. First game after the Christmas period. I thought maybe there'd been a little bit of rustiness on the Heathens' part. Maybe they'd enjoyed the Christmas too much. But from everybody I talked to after I got back, who wasn't playing with the game but associated with rugby, said no, the guys actually played out their skin. They got what they deserved on the day. But for me, the most satisfying performance had to be the Rhinos game. If they're going to cut the league down to 6, then they have to bring in a second competition for teams or clubs that are not part of the Bamburi Super Series, purely so that guys can get like these guys. I get 30 guys turn up for training. Yeah? Out of these 30 guys, 4 of them, maybe 5, may get into a Bamburi Super Series squad this season. Next season, maybe 2 or 3 more, but some of them will also be dropping off because they'll be getting old. So I've got 5 out of 30 leaves 25. So what are the 25 other guys going to do when the Bamburi Super Series is on, or whatever else is on? They're going to go off and play something else. They're going to go and play soccer, or they're going to go and play basketball or something. Well, the Mayor of Entebbe has given us 1.3 acres of land. We've been there, we've seen the land. And it's a beautiful place. It's nice views across the lake. There's a breeze across the field, so the players won't get too hot. Access is a little bit difficult, but fundamentally the site is there. 1.3 acres. It's enough land to construct a nice rugby field. Maybe with some bleachers down the side, basic stands for people to sit in, and a few containers down the bottom corner for changing rooms. Nothing exotic. My main problem is, or the main problem we have is, we don't have the funding. We don't have the funding. We've talked to 1 or 2 companies already. We're trying to reach out to other entities in the business and the political community in Uganda, in Kampala. So far, we're not getting a great deal of success. A few small donations may come in, but fundamentally I need upwards of 70, 80 million shillings. And if I can get somebody who's prepared to come on board and give us at least 50, 60, 75% of that money, naming rights for the ground, whatever. I mean, it's an open dialogue. We're in need. We're in need.
Forthright stuff there from Robert Powell, the former hooker. What do you have to say, about what he's had to say?
He says a lot of interesting stuff there. First game played in Entebbe ever You see, those are interesting statistics. I'm yet to get the boy he was talking about, that he said is going to be a good one for Uganda.
Half, yeah.
But you look at Mongers. Mongers is a team that has always found its success on the passion the players have. They really from the start have not had that much, but they've played their hearts out. And now they were lucky enough to get Paul there. And I think they have Hamosando, who coached Uganda once, also helping them. And this has helped them develop structure. I mean, you look at the game against Heathens, forget about the referees and what. You look at the game against Rhinos, I think. You look at last weekend. That was a tremendous comeback against Warriors. They've matured in structure over time and are beginning to play brilliant rugby.
Okay. And obviously, it doesn't mince his words about this so-called impending formation of the Super Six, downsizing the top flight league from 8 to 6.
Absolutely. I think he raises an important point around how do we structure our rugby to keep it fresh throughout the year. So then the league is coming to an end, and you're going into the Bamburi series. What happens to the rest of your 90% of your players who are not playing the Bamburi series? How do you keep them fresh? How do you keep them challenged? And a bigger point that he raises is that we're not only competing against rugby, we're competing against other sports. And if you lose your player to tennis and all these
soccer,
other sports, then you really are reducing the impact of rugby. So I think he's well spoken at that.